there's junk food, it's going to be eaten by me.
It's Yuntaku time with Akko and Tamo.
What does Yuntaku mean? It's an Okinawan word from the islands of Okinawa, which means chit-chat. We want to invite you to our kitchen table and include you in our chit-chat to explore new ways of thinking, to welcome different perspectives,
and we want to share ideas on how to love yourself, love your partner, and shower your children with love.
This is episode 38.
And the topic of the day is our annual family vision board. And before we get started, please take a quick moment to subscribe to our show. Now let's get back to our recent happenings. Recently, we had a beach day with the family to ring the new year.
Yeah, it was really fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was actually kind of unintended water play. We intended to just take our bike trailer and walk on the strand of the beach.
Yeah.
And that just ended up becoming go into the water day.
Playing the sand. Yeah. Of course, we could have probably guessed that. I don't know what we were thinking. We thought that we would be able to just walk on the strand portion of the beach, but nope. Obviously, our kids wanted to go onto the sand. And,
we had other agendas.
Yeah, and so they had to get into the ocean. They had fun.
Yep. And sorry, just to let you guys know, our son is joining us. So if you hear any rattling or anything, he just wants to say hi. But anyways, going back to the beach story, we had extra clothes, so we were prepared in that way. But we didn't expect to go into the water or sand, but here we are, wet children, and
so lesson learned. Every time, you always have to be prepared, right?
Exactly. You could never be. You can never be over-prepared, right?
Right. Yeah, I think we could have told ourselves. But it was really fun. Had a great time. And our daughter was telling us, I want to go back to the beach today. So,
she was.
Yeah. So we may go back sometime this week. So, So with that said, today's topic of the day is our annual family vision board. Happy New Year. It's 2022.
Yeah, Happy New Year, guys.
And wow, it's been 2021 went by quite quickly for us.
It did.
And, for everyone, like the past 2 years have been, it's really an odd time in humanity, right? It's been seemingly polarizing for people, like extreme positive or extreme negative, the experiences of highs and lows. But a new year has started, and we want today's episode to be a chance for you to ignite your own courage so you can take steps alongside us to do the things that you've always wanted to do and to become the person you've always wanted to be, right?
Exactly.
Taking steps towards that. And we have really big plans for this year, but let's get started. So to explain our annual vision board, how it works is we will have a section, right? So we have a personal section, then a family section, and this year we added a podcast section. And then within that section, we usually add only about 3 main things we want to accomplish because that makes it a lot easier to focus on.
You're setting yourself up for success instead of setting yourself up for failure. So too much things to do, at least for me, it's just not going to happen if I have too many things on my list. It just won't happen. I feel overwhelmed. And so less is better for us and simple, but very specific.
And so we want to increase the chances or the probabilities that we're going to be accomplishing and succeeding with what we want to do. So again, we usually only add 3 main things. And then we have a vision board in the kitchen so that we're reminded often, right? Every time we walk into the kitchen, we see the vision board and we think about it.
Yeah, exactly. Our eyes always go to it,
Right, exactly. And then another thing that we have is that with the things that we want to accomplish, we have to be specific, right? So if you're just saying, I want to eat less, that doesn't really, it's not clear enough. Instead, you want to say, maybe I'm going to eat only 1 meal a day, like really clarify what you want to accomplish. So be specific. Another example would be, do you want to exercise? Okay, then instead of just saying I want to exercise more, say I want to exercise 3 days a week. And then also, what type of exercise will it be? And so that's how we go about creating our annual vision board.
Yep.
So with that said, we just wanted to share a couple of our visions for the coming year.
Yeah.
And then hopefully it inspires and ignites your next steps towards who you want to be.
Exactly.
So let's start us off with the podcast. So the podcast, we are committed to a once a week consistent schedule for this coming year. So if there are any topics you'd like us to cover, please let us know by going to our website and clicking on the contact us page. And if you have any other new parent friends, please share our podcast. And more than anything else, a big thank you for your support.
Much. Absolutely. Thank you so much for listening and supporting us.
Yep. And as always, we can't do it without you, so we really appreciate it. And we want to bring as much value to you as we can. So please get into contact with us. Let us know what you'd like to hear about, and then we'll do our best to get that topic out to you guys.
Yes.
All right. So with that said, let's go into kind of the personal annual vision.
So for me, my personal goal will be focusing on health this year. So for example, to be specific, healthier snacks to be available all the time in the house. So a lot of times, because we don't have those healthy snacks, I tend to just run to these junk food that's in the house. So always having healthy snacks that I make, put it in the freezer, maybe those granola bowls or those energy balls, you can put it in the freezer, whatnot, and just not having any junk food in the house. So junk food is to be kept outside the home. And, let's say we're out and we want to eat junk food. That's tolerable. I'm okay with that, but it has to be outside. It can't be that we buy it and then we bring it into the house so that we can eat it all the time. So that is something that I will be working on so that there's no junk food, always to have healthy snacks inside the house. And another one that pertains to health is for me to learn a lot more about processed foods and clean eating. I thought I knew what processed foods were, but when I looked up the definition, I was actually amazed and just blown away how much food is processed in the grocery store. So pretty much, I would say more than half of the things, maybe even 80% are processed foods. So, obviously there's good processed foods and bad processed foods, and we would like to cater to the good processed foods. But yeah, things like baby carrots, like those are processed. Cheese, tea, nut butter, oatmeal, those are all processed. But I have to educate myself as far as which processed foods are good for you and which are not. So in addition to the health, I would like to add that I exercise daily. I am exercising daily right now, as I said in previous podcasts. I try to walk in the morning and at least bike in the afternoon. So with that said, Tamo, what is your personal goal for this year?
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. And I have to say, the junk food part really hits home. It's funny because, I'm always telling you when, if there's junk food, it's going to be eaten, It's going to be eaten by me. So I'm looking forward to that too. And hope that I can be a support and be supported by this vision for the coming year.
Yeah, absolutely. It's healthier for us and it's healthier for our kids. I think it's great because our daughter loves junk food.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a kid's thing, but she knows what's junk food and what's not. So it's good that we are doing this so that she and our son can get a healthier head start. And
yeah, and in the beginning, we really started strong. But, every holiday season proves to be a season of overeating and over sweets, over salt, over fats, anything.
Everything.
Yeah, exactly.
You just get things as a gift and you eat them and it's so good. And then your body remembers how good it was.
And you don't want to waste it. And it's all sorts of stuff, right? So I think, it's time for us to get back on track and then go from there. So great to hear that. So for myself, it's similar. The main things are pretty much physical health and then personal growth, and then the other one would be pretty much cutting down screen time. So let me share the details of it. The first one being physical health. So for me, exercising each day, and I have an Apple Watch. And there's a fitness app. And if you have an Apple Watch, you might know, but there's like rings that you can close. So what it does is every day, the ring starts at 0. And then the more exercise you have, the more movement you have, the ring starts to close. So I would love to make sure that the rings are closed each day as a goal.
Great.
And keeping my body really supple and healthy as I go up in age. I want to be as strong and fit as possible for keeping up with our children. So that's the main thing that I'm looking to do physically. And then the next one is going to be personal growth through meditation. I've been meditating for quite a while now, and I've been taking my meditation practice to the next level. So this year, the goal is to meditate for 1,000 hours, which is close to about 3 hours a day. So that's quite a lot. And from that, living the insights received through meditation. So, feeling happier and feeling calm a lot more of the time. And so that's another area that I'm really working on. And then the last one is cutting the amount of time I'm on the screen. So that's the three major vision that I have for myself for the coming year.
It's a lot of meditation there. And
Yeah.
I have to say, Tamo has been meditating a lot this year. He put in a lot of hours.
Yeah, the previous year, it was quite a lot.
And it's great. It just makes the house calmer too.
Right, because, the more I can stay centered, the more I can stay aware, the more I can stay in the moment, it helps everyone else too. And
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I myself too, I just need to get back into that. But yes, it's much difficult with the kids.
Right, it is, yeah.
So I just meditate with the kids. I just really practice consciousness and awareness while I'm with the kids.
Yeah, no, I think, all this type of practice is different for everyone. For me, I really need to sit down. I think everyone needs to sit down,
agreed.
eyes closed, and that's a nice practice to have. But there's many other ways to practice, right? And for me, I look at Akko and say, wow, I'm very inspired by how calm she can stay when our children are both crying, screaming, and just writhing about. And then she can still stay calm and be really compassionate to their needs. And being able to do that is a type of meditation because you have to stay in the moment. If not, if you react, then you're going to start screaming at them and things like that. So for me, I always see that and say, hey, that's her practice and it's really amazing. And so I've been putting that practice into my daily routine too. And so as we spoke about in our previous podcast, it really changed the mindset for me of how I deal with my daughter. So yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah.
So in regards to family, we have really big plans, don't we?
Big plans that we really want to share with you guys, hopefully in the future when we start getting the ball rolling.
Yeah, exactly. And this is probably one of the biggest changes that we will be having in a very long time. Yeah. And it's a really big change that we're looking forward to. So yeah, we will definitely share that and have you on the ride as we go about.
Yeah. So let's get to the question of the day.
The question of the day is, what are your family and personal visions for 2022? We would love to hear from you.
Please come say hi on our new website by going to akkoandtamo.com. That's AKKOANDTAMO.com. All right. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year. And let's make 2022 an awesome year.
Exactly.
All right. Take care.
All right, bye.